National Electrical Code Section 430.53 covers general provisions for motor circuits. Specifically, 430.53 addresses circuits required for certain appliances and equipment. According to 430.53a, a separate circuit is required for each of the following: firstly, a refrigerator and freezer; secondly, a dwelling unit kitchen garbage disposal; thirdly, a dishwasher; fourthly, a food waste disposer; fifthly, a clothes washer; sixthly, central heating equipment; seventhly, sauna heater; eighthly, air conditioning unit or units and associated equipment; ninthly, water heater or heaters; tenthly, outlets for a rented space; and 11thly, cord and plug connected portable appliances in a dwelling unit. Section 430.53b addresses load calculation, where circuits specified in 430.53 shall be calculated in accordance with 220.40. 430.53c defines a dedicated circuit. A circuit that supplies only one appliance or piece of equipment shall be considered a dedicated circuit. However, there is an exception. Appliances or equipment that are factory wired in combination shall be permitted to be supplied by a single circuit, where all branch circuit conductors terminate in a common enclosure. The enclosure shall be provided with a single means of disconnect. In the context of garbage disposals, NEC 430.53 ATWO specifically states that a dwelling unit kitchen garbage disposal must be supplied by a separate circuit. This implies that the garbage disposal must be on its own dedicated circuit. This requirement means that you cannot share a circuit with other appliances or outlets. The exception to this rule only applies in a specific scenario. This is when the garbage disposal is factory wired in combination with another appliance or piece of equipment. In addition, all branch circuit conductors must terminate in a common enclosure with a single means of disconnect. This is a fairly uncommon arrangement. In most cases, garbage disposals are not factory wired in combination with another appliance or piece of equipment. Therefore, they must be installed on a dedicated circuit as per the code requirement. The presence of a built-in overload protection device, also known as an overload release, on the garbage disposal does not exempt it from this dedicated circuit requirement. The overload protection is designed to protect the motor of the garbage disposal from damage due to excessive current. It does not change the fundamental requirement for a dedicated circuit as mandated by the NEC. In summary, the NEC requires a dedicated circuit for a garbage disposal in a dwelling unit. The exception only applies to factory wired combinations with a common enclosure and single disconnect means. The presence of overload protection on the disposal unit does not negate this requirement. Understanding the code requirements for dedicated circuits is crucial for ensuring safe and compliant electrical installations. This helps to prevent overloads, reduce the risk of fire, and ensure the proper functioning of appliances. Always consult the latest edition of the NEC and local amendments for the most accurate and up-to-date information. Furthermore, it's advisable to consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work to ensure compliance and safety. Consider a scenario where a homeowner decides to install a new garbage disposal in their kitchen. They might be tempted to simply tap into an existing circuit to save time and money. However, doing so would violate NEC 430.53 ATWO, which mandates a dedicated circuit for the garbage disposal. If the homeowner ignores this requirement and connects the garbage disposal to an existing circuit that already powers other appliances, the circuit could become overloaded. This could lead to trip breakers, power outages, and potentially even a fire hazard. To comply with the code, the homeowner should install a new, dedicated circuit for the garbage disposal. This involves running a new cable from the electrical panel to a dedicated outlet under the sink. The circuit should be protected by a correctly sized circuit breaker, typically a 15 amp or 20 amp breaker, depending on the garbage disposal specifications. By following this procedure, the homeowner ensures that the garbage disposal operates safely and reliably without overloading the existing electrical system. Another important aspect to consider is the proper sizing of the conductors for the dedicated circuit. The conductors must be sized according to the ampacity requirements of the garbage disposal, as well as any applicable dating factors for ambient temperature conduit fill. NEC Table 310.15b16 provides ampacity ratings for various conductor sizes based on their insulation type and temperature rating. For example, a 15 amp circuit typically requires number 14 American wire gauge copper conductors, while a 20 amp circuit typically requires number 12 American wire gauge copper conductors. However, it's important to consult the NEC and local codes to determine the specific conductor size requirements for the installation. In addition to the conductor size, the type of cable used for the dedicated circuit is also important. Non-metallic sheath cable, commonly known as NMB cable or Romex, is often used for residential wiring. However, in some jurisdictions, conduit may be required for certain portions of the circuit, such as where the cable passes through unfinished areas or is exposed to physical damage. The choice of cable type should be based on the applicable code requirements and the specific conditions of the installation. When installing the dedicated circuit, it's also important to follow proper wiring techniques. This includes ensuring that all connections are tight and secure, using appropriate wire connectors, and properly grounding the circuit. Grounding is essential for safety as it provides a path for fault current to flow back to the electrical panel, tripping the circuit breaker and preventing electrical shock. The grounding conductor should be connected to the grounding bus in the electrical panel and to the metal enclosure of the garbage disposal, if applicable. Furthermore, it's crucial to protect the dedicated circuit with a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, outlet. GFCI outlets are designed to detect even small amounts of current leakage and quickly trip the circuit, preventing an electrical shock. GFCI protection is typically required for outlets located in kitchens, bathrooms, and other areas where water is present. By installing a GFCI outlet for the garbage disposal, the homeowner can significantly reduce the risk of electrical shock. It's also worth noting that the NEC contains specific requirements for the location and accessibility of the disconnect means for the garbage disposal. The disconnect means should be readily accessible and located within sight of the garbage disposal. This allows the user to quickly and easily disconnect power to the unit for servicing or maintenance. The disconnect means can be a switch, a circuit breaker, or a cord and plug connection depending on the installation. In summary, installing a dedicated circuit for a garbage disposal involves several key steps. Firstly, determining the correct conductor size and type. Secondly, running the cable from the electrical panel to the outlet location. Thirdly, making secure connections and grounding the circuit properly. Fourthly, installing a GFCI outlet for shock protection. Fifthly, providing a readily accessible disconnect means. By following these steps and adhering to the NEC requirements, the homeowner can ensure a safe and compliant electrical installation for the garbage disposal. Always remember to consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work to ensure compliance and safety. Understanding the NEC requirements for dedicated circuits is not only important for homeowners but also for electricians and electrical contractors. Compliance with these requirements ensures the safety and reliability of electrical installations. It also helps to prevent electrical hazards and protect property from damage. Electricians and contractors should stay up to date with the latest edition of the NEC and any local amendments to ensure that their work meets the current standards. This includes attending continuing education courses, reading industry publications, and participating in professional organizations. By maintaining a high level of knowledge and expertise, electricians and contractors can provide their customers with safe and reliable electrical services. In addition to the technical aspects of installing a dedicated circuit for a garbage disposal, it's also important to consider the aesthetic aspects. The wiring and components should be installed in a neat and professional manner, with all cables properly secured and protected. The outlet should be mounted flush with the wall or cabinet, and the cover plate should be clean and undamaged. A well-installed electrical system not only functions properly but also enhances the overall appearance of the kitchen. Furthermore, it's important to document the installation of the dedicated circuit. This includes labeling the circuit breaker in the electrical panel and keeping a record of the wire sizes, cable types, and other details of the installation. This documentation can be helpful for future maintenance or troubleshooting. It can also be valuable if the homeowner ever decides to sell their home. In conclusion, installing a dedicated circuit for a garbage disposal is a relatively straightforward process, but it's essential to follow the NEC requirements and best practices to ensure a safe and compliant installation. This includes using the correct wire sizes, grounding the circuit properly, providing GFCI protection, and ensuring a readily accessible disconnect means. By taking these steps, homeowners and electricians can protect themselves and their property from electrical hazards. Always remember to consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work to ensure compliance and safety. The NEC is a comprehensive document that covers a wide range of electrical topics. It's important to consult the specific sections that apply to the installation being performed. In the case of a garbage disposal, NEC Article 430, which covers motors, and NEC Article 210, which covers branch circuits, are particularly relevant. These articles provide detailed requirements for the wiring, protection, and control of electrical equipment. By carefully reviewing these articles, electricians can ensure that their work meets the code requirements. In addition to the NEC, local codes and ordinances may also apply to electrical installations. These codes may be more stringent than the NEC in some areas. It's important to check with the local authorities to determine the specific requirements for the jurisdiction. This information can typically be obtained from the building department or the electrical inspector's office. Compliance with local codes is essential for obtaining the necessary permits and approvals for the electrical work. Furthermore, it's important to use only approved and listed electrical equipment for the installation. Approved equipment has been tested and certified by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, or all. Listed equipment meets the safety standards established by these laboratories. Using approved equipment helps to ensure that the electrical system is safe and reliable. The NEC requires that all electrical equipment be approved and listed for its intended use. In summary, installing a dedicated circuit for a garbage disposal requires careful planning and attention to detail. It's important to consult the NEC, local codes, and manufacturer's instructions to ensure that the installation meets all applicable requirements. By following these guidelines, homeowners and electricians can protect themselves and their property from electrical hazards. Always remember to consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work to ensure compliance and safety. Let's delve deeper into the exception mentioned earlier regarding factory wired combinations. This exception to the dedicated circuit requirement is quite specific and is not commonly encountered in typical residential installations. For this exception to apply, the garbage disposal must be factory wired in combination with another appliance or piece of equipment. This means that the two appliances are manufactured and assembled together as a single unit with all the wiring and connections pre-installed at the factory. Furthermore, all branch circuit conductors must terminate in a common enclosure. This means that the wiring for both appliances must be contained within a single electrical box or enclosure. The enclosure must be provided with a single means of disconnect. This means that there must be a single switch or circuit breaker that can disconnect power to both appliances simultaneously. This arrangement is typically found in specialized appliances or equipment, such as a combination oven and microwave or a combination washer and dryer. However, it is not common for garbage disposals to be factory wired in combination with other appliances. In most cases, garbage disposals are sold and installed as separate units. Therefore, the exception to the dedicated circuit requirement does not apply. It's important to note that even if a garbage disposal is installed next to another appliance, such as a dishwasher, this does not qualify for the exception. The two appliances must be factory wired together as a single unit. Furthermore, the wiring must be contained within a common enclosure with a single means of disconnect. If these conditions are not met, the garbage disposal must be installed on a dedicated circuit as per the NEC requirements. In summary, the exception to the dedicated circuit requirement for garbage disposals is very specific and is not commonly encountered in typical residential installations. The garbage disposal must be factory wired in combination with another appliance, with all wiring contained within a common enclosure and a single means of disconnect. If these conditions are not met, a dedicated circuit is required. Always consult the NEC and local codes to ensure compliance with the applicable requirements. In addition to the dedicated circuit requirement, the NEC also contains requirements for the overcurrent protection of garbage disposal circuits. Overcurrent protection is provided by a circuit breaker or fuse that is sized to protect the wiring and equipment from excessive current flow. The overcurrent protection device should be sized according to the ampacity of the conductors and the rating of the garbage disposal. The NEC contains tables that provide guidance on the proper sizing of overcurrent protection devices. For example, NEC Table 240.4 provides the allowable ampacities of insulated conductors. The overcurrent protection device should not exceed the ampacity of the conductors. Furthermore, the overcurrent protection device should be sized to protect the garbage disposal from overload and short-circuit conditions. The manufacturer's instructions for the garbage disposal should provide guidance on the proper sizing of the overcurrent protection device. In general, a 15 amp or 20 amp circuit breaker is typically used for garbage disposal circuits. However, it's important to consult the NEC and the manufacturer's instructions to determine the specific requirements for the installation. In addition to overcurrent protection, the NEC also requires that garbage disposal circuits be grounded. Grounding is essential for safety as it provides a path for fault current to flow back to the electrical panel, tripping the circuit breaker and preventing electrical shock. The grounding conductor should be connected to the grounding bus in the electrical panel and to the metal enclosure of the garbage disposal, if applicable. The grounding conductor should be sized according to NEC Table 250.122. This table provides the minimum size of grounding conductors based on the size of the overcurrent protection device. In summary, the NEC contains specific requirements for the overcurrent protection and grounding of garbage disposal circuits. These requirements are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of the electrical installation. Always consult the NEC and the manufacturer's instructions to determine the applicable requirements.